Welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights. Snitch-ass Channel 7 out there dropping articles. If you're just coming in, there was some breaking news that happened 3 weeks ago. Detroit police investigate why Detroit Lions wide receiver Jameson Williams avoided arrest after gun found in car. Jameson Williams was stopped by the police driving on Connors and Jefferson. There were 2 guns in the car. One was registered to him. One was registered to his brother, who has a CPL. He does not have a CPL. So they were going to get arrested, but basically a sergeant came in and made some calls, and he got out of it. And this is pretty much the exact same thing that happened to Mozzie Smith of the Michigan Wolverines not too long ago. But now,
Mozzie was actually
2 weeks,
arrested.
Yeah, Mozzie was actually brought in, yeah. And it says, I quote in this article, now as a result of questions by 7 News Detroit, the department is investigating why Williams was released from custody after arrest or after officers planned to take him to jail. So 7 News Detroit, it's their fault.
It's their fault.
They're snitching. They literally dry snitch. Like, this is crazy, dude.
I mean, the fucked up part about it is, I guess you get your headline, but at that point, like a police officer loses their job, and it's not like this is like anything scandalous. It's not like it's not an unregistered gun.
No,
the serial numbers weren't scratched off
no.
of this. It wasn't used. No one was intoxicated. In fact, he wasn't even driving. Like that's the part where it's like, okay, now a police officer gonna lose his job. And yeah, you do call in favors for situations like this because it's a non-harmful one. This is not a big deal to me.
And we got some breaking news.
Breaking news.
There was an anonymous tip that night. And it says it's from Lat Mafure, who gave an anonymous tip. Lat Mafure.
Who? Matt LaFleur?
Lat Mafure called the police office and said, hey, this guy had a gun. No, but Channel 7, what are you doing? What are you doing? You're snitching. Stop snitching. It's his gun. He's on, Jefferson and Connors? I saw someone say, he was on Jefferson and Connors. He needed that motherfucker.
I'm more relieved that he had a gun. Yeah. While he's out there. Not that I didn't think he did it in the first place, but like, yeah, this is a nothing burger. We have to report on it because it is news. But the important thing is, like, nothing's going to come from this. No type of suspension. He wasn't actually arrested. He wasn't actually charged. You can't go back and then charge somebody after you already let him go. This is a nothing burger. It's just Channel 7 reaching for that title. And
Channel
they got
7.
it. They got it. And
all my homies hate Channel 7.
Who else has motion like J-Mo in the city to cancel a news network like that, though?
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's real. Like I'm guaranteed. People ride for J-Mo hard.
Yes.
Hard. And now I feel like it's going to turn on Channel 7 a little bit. Obviously, not everybody in the city is a sports fan. Everybody that watches Channel 7 is a sports fan. But I feel like all the J-Mo lovers, and there's quite a few of you guys. I mean, Channel 7, they lost a viewer.
I'm not watching Channel 7 now.
This guy, Ross Jones, just going through his profile, he deals with Detroit corruption, specifically in the police department, a lot. That is one of his, he's an investigative reporter, and that's where he does a lot of his work. So take it how you want to. That's what I've gathered here in the 2 minutes of reading about Ross Jones, who wrote this article about Jameson Williams.
Yeah. Again, nothing burger. I don't want to harp on it because I'm already seeing comments, kind of abusing J-Mo's character.
Twitter's having a field day with this one.
But it's just, they didn't read the actual article. Like, once you dive into the article and read the context of it all, you should be able to wipe your hands of it. After your initial reaction, if you want to have initial freak out, crash out, I guess, like, I'll allow it, you know what I'm saying? But, like, give yourself to be an adult, if there are adults watching or I guess, responding to this. Give yourself to be an adult, actually dive into the information, and then come away. Because, again, nothing's going to come from this. He's not going to be suspended.
Nope.
If anything, if he didn't get reported to the team, I could see that being the only issue. And that's between he and Dan Campbell. And we're in the hunt for a Super Bowl. If he has to sit out, like, what, one more game in that situation? I mean, that's worst case scenario, again. But Dan Campbell already expressed his trust in him. I'm assuming J-Mo's been very transparent with him throughout the suspension process and possibly even this. And
everybody on Twitter that's making these headlines about it and like talking, read the article. Like, read the article before. I just read it, most of it, on air. And this is like
that's what I just
people
said.
are ridiculous, dude.
The craziest part about all this to me, to be honest with you, is the fact that Vikings fans put this out there. Like I feel like around the same time. Maybe they knew and we just didn't. But Vikings fans, remember they put that article out there about Jameson gun charges?
Yeah. And
we're like, bullshit, fake news, blase. Like, is this what they were talking about, or did it just speak it into existence?
No, they just spoke it into existence.
That's kind of crazy.
Sure. Yeah. They just spoke it into existence for sure.
And the part of it too is like, this is like a common ass. Like, this happens. You know what I'm saying? Like, people buy guns.
Yeah, the exact same thing happened to Mozzie Smith.
Yeah. Like, you purchase a gun, you don't, without a CPO. You have to get home somehow with that gun if you improperly store it. The other part of it too is like, I have family in law enforcement. This before, obviously, I got my stuff registered and whatnot. But like, the point of having I guess concealing your weapon is so it's concealed. So
yeah,
no one knows it's there.
Jane Doe in the Woodward Sports Chat said, "Sorry, but I ain't mad at anyone for carrying a legal gun." Facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yep. I just can't. You want them having in the fucking...
The gun's registered to you. You bought it. It's a legal gun, and you're carrying it.
The other part of it, too, is like they weren't trying to hide it. His brother openly told him, there's 2 handguns.
There's 2 of them in there.
This is where they are. Like, they were responsible about it, other than him just not having a license. And, like, what do you want to have the windshield and put his own life at risk? Like,
yeah.
You got to transport his way regardless. And like you said, that Connors and Jefferson, it is what it is, man.
From Dave Burkett.
Yeah.
For those wondering, the Lions knew about this incident weeks ago. I think most reporters heard about it too, but no charges were ever filed. Here's maybe some insight into why.
There you go. That's all I cared about. Did Dan Campbell know? Did Brad Holmes know? And they dealt with it from there. And that shows responsibility and accountability on Jameson Williams' part. Because the immature situation to be in, or the immature decision to make in that, is to be scared to tell them. Because you did get off. And thinking that you were invincible. No, he told them. He fessed up right away. And they fessed up when the gun was there in the first place. This is such a nothing burger.
Yeah.
And thank you, Smitty, for reading that up. That makes it even more. I love that part of it. That's the only concern I had in any of this. Nick? Chris? Nick?
I mean, look, it goes back to your quote about I trust this kid, and the fact that they knew about it, like that's all that matters to me. Because first you gotta look at the legality part of it, then you gotta look at the locker room part, because this organization has made it very clear how important character is to them, how important the fit is to them, and at times we've even made fun of them for that. But this is a situation where it shows that this is really the culture that they put forth, and it's led us to be a Super Bowl contender, maybe even arguably a Super Bowl favorite if one Brad Holmes gets on the phone and makes some moves.
Hashtag snitch-ass7 for sure. Nobody watch Channel 7 anymore. You done fucked up, Ron. Why are you bringing up old shit, Channel 7? Why are you bringing up old shit? This was a situation that was taken care of. And like Dave Burkett just said, the Detroit Lions, Brad Holmes, Dan Campbell, they knew about this situation. But it was a nothing burger, so nothing happened. And now Channel 7's just digging up old shit.
I just need you to trust me. That's all.
That's crazy,
Please.
dude.
No, I was going to where Chris went, and it's just
I just need you to trust me. That's all.
Just need
Please.
you to trust me. He obviously came out. He knew about this. Channel 7 bringing up old dirt here. This is a nothing burger to me. If the coaching staff knew about it, which they did, obviously. J-Mo went to them, and it kind of brings up that quote where it's like, we're giving them a lot of rope here, down the well, or whatever Dan Campbell said specifically. But yeah, everything's gonna be just fine. This is a nothing burger to me, and let's move on past it. James gonna come back from suspension. He was obviously at the party last night. He knew about this.
Yeah.
Let's roll.